You know, I mean,
My name is Ronnie Eldridge. I live on the West Side. I've lived on the West Side my whole life. I have been an active member of the community. I represented the Midtown West, a little bit of the Upper West Side in the City Council for 12 years. I now host a television program on the CUNY cable station, Channel 75. It's called Eldridge and Company. And I try to keep involved in politics. I've been in politics. I was born on Franklin Roosevelt's birthday. And so from the very beginning of my life, which was many years ago, I have always been involved, interested, and as soon as I could, get involved in politics. I think it's an important part of living, that we have to worry about our communities and really have our voices heard.
And how does Joyce fit in with that theme?
Well, I started my first big political activity on the West Side was as a district leader. And that was many years ago when Robert Kennedy came and was a senator, and so we became very good friends. And I met Charlie Rangel when I was a district leader. He was a district leader also. Then I went to work for John Lindsay when he was mayor in his second administration, a special assistant to the mayor. And then, of course, I had 3 children, and we moved, and I got all involved in different things, the anti-war movement, the civil rights movement, and the anti-war movement, and the women's movement, and I went to work at Ms. Magazine, and then produced a television show for Channel 13, actually the network PBS, and it was called Women Alive, and it was a big women's thing. But I was a strong advocate for things, and as an advocate, you're active in the community, and Joyce was a district leader. I mean, that's the first time I remember her, but I'm sure I met her before. She was a district leader, one of the reform clubs on the Upper West Side, and she was always very articulate. She was in there with a lot of tough men who really would have just ignored the women if they could, but Joyce was always up there. You always heard her voice. And then later, I've just followed her career through all the different things that she's done. And most recently, we worked together on the Obama campaign.
Why do you think she was a great candidate for Congress, and why do you think she could make a difference on a federal level?
Well, you know, there's a saying, and Bella Abzug had it when she ran for Congress, this woman's place is in the House. And I, being a woman, want to see more women elected to office. I think it's very important. I think that we are on the front of living. I mean, we know what the supermarket's charging, we know what the landlord is doing to the building. We know what the schools are, what they're teaching our kids. We know how hard it is to move around if you're pushing a wheelchair. We're right there where everything is happening. And I believe as a result of that, we basically bring to public office a totally different perspective than men. So, number one, I'm supporting her because she's a woman, and I believe that she understands the daily problems. Number two, I'm supporting her because she's bold. She's got a big mouth. You always hear from her. She knows her way around in different environments. You'll know that she'll be influential in whatever body she's in. And I know that she'll carry our concerns with her. She is a daughter and worries about an older mother. She's a mother and worries about children. She just understands what it means to be a living person, especially in New York. And I think we need that voice. I think that distinguishes her from all of her opponents, but it also is the background that will make her a very effective leader in the Congress.